Good morning, dear hearts. We're on lesson 328. Please subscribe. Yesterday's lesson, 327, I need but call and you will answer me. And we spoke about faith, and that this is what this lesson is, that I will call to you, my Father, and I will be faithful, that indeed I will receive that answer. Today's lesson is really about that demonstration of that faith, that I choose the second place to gain the first, because what seems to be second place is first, because there is only oneness. So I don't have to concern myself with not coming and being with my Father and having to give up something. There is nothing to give up. The belief that there is something to give up is that there's a belief in this world in lack, which is, perpetrated by the ego. There is no lack. There is nothing that I need to worry about. I don't have to worry that I'm second, that someone's ahead of me. There won't be enough. There is only oneness. And in that oneness, there is abundance for all of creation. And we are part of creation. Our relevant thought, that indeed creation is the sum, the totality of reality, the totality of all of God's thoughts in number infinite and everywhere without all limit. So since there is no limit, I certainly can choose the second place to gain the first, because that is what my Father's will for me is. What seems to be the second place is first, for all things we perceive here in this world are upside down until we listen to the voice for God, until I call and I am answered and I hear the voice for God. And then it seems that we will gain autonomy, but by our striving to be separate in this world. This is what the ego tells us all of the time, and that our independence from the rest of God's creation is the way in which salvation is obtained. Again, back to our relevant thought that we are creation, we the sons of God, the children of God, and we seem to be discrete, we seem to be separate and unaware of our eternal unity with our Father. Yet in back of all our doubts, past all our fears, there still is certainty. I am certain that my Father's will for me is perfect happiness, and I share in God's will for me for perfect happiness. Lessons 101 and 102. I don't have to worry about someone cutting in the line. I don't have to worry that if I don't get there first, there will not be enough. These are all of the lies, the illusions, the temptations of the ego, telling us, don't let that person in. You won't have what you want. It's going to run out. There is only oneness. There is no lack in oneness. I can easily step back and let him lead the way, knowing that we come home together. We had lesson 324. 324. I merely follow, for I would not lead. I don't need to lead. I am very happy waiting my turn to come home. And the only thing that is holding me back from my turn is my belief that I am not ready, that I am not worthy, that God doesn't love me, God is not waiting for me, that I am somehow less than the other children of God, less than my elder brother. I think that's a Buster thing going on back there. So, just saying. And that the ego would have us believe that, we are independent, and that the only way to salvation is through being separate. Yet, all we find all we find in that belief in separation, in being discrete, being apart from, is sickness, suffering, loss, and death. That's all. That's all that the ego has to offer us. And when I think that's all that I'm worthy of, then I believe that second place is my home, that I am not ready to come home with all of my brothers. This is not what our Father wills for us, nor is there any second to his will. God's will is all-inclusive and has no opposite. To join with our Father's, is but to find our own will, our own will. Yes, our will is one with our Father's. And since our will is his, it is to him that we must go to recognize our will. So I can choose that second place. I can step back and let someone lead the way. My older brother, my elder brother, have him lead the way. Let him be first, because I know that I am following in his steps and that there are others following in mine. And we all come home together, because there is only that destination. There is no other. Choosing the second place, I'm still coming first. The second part of today's lesson is in prayer, and it says, there is no will but yours. There is no will but God's. We've been told this many times. We will be told it more. And I am glad that nothing I imagine contradicts what you would have me be. Nothing can change. We are changeless. We are timeless. We are creation. We have all of the characteristics and attributes of our Father. It is your will, Father, that I be wholly, completely safe, eternally at peace, and happily, I share that will which you, my Father, gave as part of me. As part of me in my creation, I was given your will for it to be one with me. And there is nothing that will change that can change that. We are one with all that is. I have a Janitism, I've used it before, it's in my book, that no one has been dragged kicking and screaming into enlightenment. We must go willingly, and it is understanding that that will is indeed the only will we want and the only one we need. And it was given to us in the moment of our creation. And that's it for today. I hope it helped. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please comment. Please smile. We're having a Buster show today. And please be here tomorrow. Namaste.